Yes. Now, considering these man pads, yes. Atomic or radiological weapons, yeah. Or the variola virus, yeah. Against myself as a people, yes. Poses a grave risk to the security, foreign policy, yeah. Economy and environment of the United States, yeah. Accordingly, the United States has a compelling national security interest, yes, in preventing unlawful activities that lead to the proliferation or spread of such items, including their unauthorized production, construction, acquisition, transfer, possession, import, or export. All of these activities markedly increase the chances that such items will be obtained by terrorist organizations or rogue states. Yes. Now, as an American citizen, yeah, I have told you in about 2 million emails, yes, that I was not given any due process in 2011, yes, and you thought your dog was more important than my rights. But I'm thinking your dog actually has been manufacturing, engineering, and synthesizing variola viruses, has been using atomic and radiological technologies, yes, as weapons against the United States of America. Now, it is the foreign policy of the United States, yes, the economy and the environment of the United States that any use of anything that is able to um, bioengineer or synthesize the components of any microorganism or infectious substance, yes, it's capable of causing death, disease, or other biological malfunctions in human beings, yes, animals, plants, or other living organisms, yes. Now, I told you about your dog, yes, is a weapons manufacturer. And your dog, Sheriff, is going to have to die. I don't like being coughed, yes, but your sewing, yes, has sewn into the lungs because you had to have your top secret dog be on everybody, yes, so that you can know what people are thinking, saying, and seeing. Oh, the problem is while you were using this top secret technology, yes, it has at the same time been bioengineering and synthesizing bacteria, viruses, fungi, rickettsia, and or protozoa. Pooh. Now you remember that airlock. Um, we vaccinate America's children, yes, and quite often those that are travelers. Could you get me the actual shot record necessary to travel to foreign nations? Oh, and then all of those that have did some traveling? Yeah. hmm Last 25, 30 years. Now, I know you had to come to find out your dog had to get fucked, pooch. But the problem is your dog is manufacturing and synthesizing certain diseases. Yes. Bacteria, protozoa, different types of problems like this. Yes. Now, I was able to visit with a friend of mine and I went to a meeting last night. But I was watching the news. Yes. And somebody's being a total dickhead throughout the world. There was a reporter that allegedly got killed. Yes. And as much as I respect Saudi Arabia, yeah, it's difficult for me to believe that it took 15 super top secret Saudi Arabian agents to kill one reporter that doesn't know shit about such defense. Now, I'm going to talk to the federal government right now. Somebody's making up idiotic news stories about Saudi Arabia. Oh, I would think one of those specially trained, top secret Saudi Arabian agents that do know how to assassinate. I mean, they know. They teach them how to do it. Yes, I do. The thought that 15 agents, yes, flew in an airplane to an airport, yes, super top secret, got a hold of one reporter. He had a top secret Apple Watch on where he recorded the whole thing. Now, let's say I was talking to one very well trained because I was watching the nightly news last night. You know how farcical, absolutely ludicrous, Church, the ridiculousness of thinking that it would take more than one Saudi trained agent to kill somebody. Yeah. And the news reported it was 15 of them that got him. Now, whatever idiot's making up the fake news right now, I had seen a headline that the Saudis were kind of saying, well, if you be mean to me, we're going to be mean to you. Seemed that Sir Richard Branson said, well, I'm not going to a meeting with them. I'm not going. Some other world class heads that seem to be as billionaires that did you fuck your dog? Sir Richard Richless Branson. Yes. Why don't you get me the synthesization and the bioengineering of diseases that are killing right now? Because I don't like watching the evening news at a friend's house. Yes, where you're talking about 15 very well trained Saudi Arabian. It's got to be the dumbest fucking news report I've ever seen in my life. Now, for whatever dog, the thought they controlled the news. Yes, I got some news for you, dog. Okay, your dog, ooch, that has to come to find out that comes the money. Yes, is actually a biological agent with the availability of manufacturing, yes, engineering, bioengineering, infectious substances. So, for every billionaire in the world, I just want to know where your dog's at because you could be getting sued. Now, for Saudi Arabia, yes, and the whole population of Saudi Arabia. I'm absolutely sure in the qualifications of every top secret agent of Saudi Arabia that they could put a guy in a headlock. Yes, they could stomp his guts out, pooch. They could rip his nose off. My gosh. It doesn't take 15 Saudi Arabian agents to get a hold of a reporter. So whatever dumb fuck is making up the news, you're screwed.